Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call HALAL YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, YAHWAH YAHAWASHI Barakatham. It's the brother Kazah from the Meneval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be Brace for Impact. All right, it's going to be dealing with being ready for that low estate that's going to come with Jacob's trouble. All right, because even though, YAHWAH is going to deliver us and he's going to feed us in these days, it's going to be situations where, how do I put it to you, our faiths are going to be tested. All right, as the scripture says, let me see real quick. Scarcely be saved. I'm just gonna grab this quick precept. All right, this lesson's kind of impromptu. I wrote it wrong. Hold on, let me see. Scarcely, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna start at verse 17. Just to get the full meat. You know what I'm saying? But the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. All right, I'm not going to waste, any time going into the scriptures. So it reads, For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. All right, and that's talking about the children of Israel. Okay, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelite foreigners, because ultimately YAHWAH gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. We're supposed to be the monument unto the whole world. And how do I put it to you? With our people just waxing worse and worse, the 2/3, that is, the Lord is gonna send these plagues and our people are gonna get caught up in them. All right, it's not gonna be like the last deliverance, which I'm gonna really say, like in the time of Exodus. All right, it's not gonna be like in the time of Exodus, where the Lord delivered the whole nation of Israel. All right, this time he's only delivering the elect, the remnant, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, from Babylon, which is spiritually called Saddam in Egypt. Okay, so, hey man, there's gonna be a lot of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans getting put to death. And we might be among that. I'm not saying that we're gonna be put to death. Let's not jump to conclusions. But I'm saying, we're gonna see that, and that's gonna be among us. We might be in a city where a lot of judgment is taking place, and we get delivered from that. But it is up to that time we get delivered that our faith is gonna be tried, and that's when we're really gonna have to cleave unto YAHWAH YAHWASHI. All right, if you have belongings or whatnot, get ready to lose it all, man. All right, get ready to lose it all, because that's the times that are coming. Okay, but I'm gonna go further into it, but I'm gonna just continue on going. And it reads, And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? All right, and just roughly going as well, how judgment begins at the house of Yahweh. Is also going to start in this knowledge. Okay, because we know the names. All right, we got this knowledge. All right, and when the things kick off, all right, when judgment kicks off, okay, how do I put it to you? That's when the Lord is gonna take account everything that we reaped, such we're gonna sow. And hey man, that's why this thing is not just about talking the talk, but you also have to walk the walk. All right, you gotta have it in your mind that YAHWAH YAHWASHI, even though he's faithful, he's merciful and graceful. All right, he's also looking at you with the microscope, and everything that you sow, you're going to reap. Okay, so reason, if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? Okay, so that's talking about the people in the world, man. All right, our people that's in the world. Okay, they're gonna be completely destroyed, man. There's not gonna be not one unrighteous Israelite in these days that's gonna be delivered, man. Okay, and it reads, verse 18, And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear. All right, so that's the key point right there. And if the righteous scarcely be saved. Okay, so like, going back to the book of Isaiah, chapter 24. All right, because these are the times that we're coming in. Okay, these are the times that we're coming in. YAHAWASHI is getting ready to unleash these plagues upon Babylon. All right, and it's going to be an economic collapse. All right, the scriptures prophesy that. Okay, and I mainly bring this out because that's going to be the main, contributing factor to Jacob's trouble. All right, is that currency, that FRN, not being worth anything anymore. You can't buy food with it. All right, gasoline, resources that you need to survive, and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. You're not going to be able to get them no more. Why? Because the dollar is going to be, devalued. All right, because what these elites are doing is they're switching from a physical currency to a digital currency. That's why they're using, this this Crown V. You know what I'm saying? This whole, massive psychological operation. All right, that's what they're using it for. And also to implement the MOTB. All right, the radio frequency identification chip. Okay, and that is the MOTB. That is the charagma. All right, so let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 1. All right, and this is going to be dealing with the economic collapse. This lesson, partly comes from the inspiration, the camp that we pushed on Sunday, where we were going in on that. And I was, able to capture, part of it because for some reason, technological difficulties, man, my phone can't live stream. Lord willing, I get that in order soon to where I'll be able to live stream for Akim, and y'all be able to see, camp, through my channel. But hey, man, that's just what I have to, deal with for the moment. All right, but we were going in on this, and this precept, it brought, we were talking about the economic collapse, and brothers, brought out this precept, and it brought me back into remembrance of this precept, that literally describes, how the economic collapse is going to be. All right, so book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 1, and it reads, "Behold, YAHAWASHI maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof." All right, and what's going to be the cause of that? The economic collapse. Okay, everything is going to be empty. Everything is going to be wasted. Why? Because without money, all right, the whole infrastructure collapses. The whole system collapses. Without a motivation for people to get up out of their beds and do what they got to do as worker ants in this society, all right, without that motivation, they will not do it. Okay, you might have a few, that do it, because they understand that they have to do it. All right, but when you see the desperation and just the overall wickedness, and also too the love of many waxing cold, all right, they're just gonna set themselves up to be as prey. Simply put, you could see a situation in a scenario like that going down. You might have a guy, okay, I still gotta, supply the cities. Next thing you know, he get caught up out there in a freeway, by a militia or something, and they take all the food, and then they kill him. Why? Because there is no healing Babylon, man. All right, this place is fated to fall. All right, so continuing on, verse 2. All right, and this describes, people in an economic sense. Okay, and it reads, "And it shall be with the people, so with the priest." All right, because the people pay tithes. "As with the servant, so with his master." Okay, because the master is obviously wealthy, and he pays the servant his fee, for his services, whatever it may be. All right, so he could, survive and, get his livelihood, so to speak. And it reads, "As with the maid, so with her mistress." You see, same, thing as the master and the servant, female sense. All right. "As with the buyer, so with the seller." You see? So, hey, man, you have clients, and then you have the man who owns the business. Okay? "As with the lender, so with the borrower." You see? As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of so with the giver of usury to him. All right, so all these people, whether it be from the top to the bottom, all right, the business owner, the client, the worker, the master, the people, the priest, they're all going to be in the same predicament. Why? Because that dollar is going to be no more. Okay? Because these devils are ushering in that digital currency. All right? And with this new, variant that's coming out, all right, you're coming to no surprise, man. It might be another lockdown. All right? It might come with another lockdown. They're trying to sugarcoat it and say, it's not going to happen. But, hey, man, that's just, them trying to, keep people in a trance. And that's what we see now with all, all this celebrity gossip, and just things that don't really matter being, put up there, man. But that's ultimately where everything is heading to. The signs are clear, that this kingdom might come into a next lockdown. All right. And that is going to completely cripple the economy, if not completely collapse it. All right. So verse 3, the land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled. For YAHAWASHI hath spoken his word. So like it has spoken this word, meaning that all this is prophecy. Okay. This isn't no, oh, maybe there's a chance. And what if we could save Babylon? What if we, do this or do that? We have to come with a solution. There is no solution. This place is doomed. All right. And that's the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5. Okay. We're just going to grab that real quick. Salaki, that's Esther. I'm just going to grab that real quick. Book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5. And it reads, all right. As a matter of fact, let me start at verse 4, just to get the context. And it reads, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. All right. And America, the United States, aka the daughter of Babylon, is the joy of the hypocrite. This is the triumphing of the wicked. Okay. And it's short. The scriptures describe it but for a moment, meaning that this place is gonna, exist for a certain time. All right. And then guess what? It's going to be completely destroyed. All right. It's going to be done away with, because this place is set up to punish the children of Israel for our transgressions. All right. And now that our punishment is fulfilled pursuant to Lamentations chapter 4, on down toward the end, we're getting ready to be, we're entering into the time where YAHWASHI is going to deliver us out of this place. But at the same time, he's going to judge the wicked. All right. It's kind of like, drawing parallels with the Exodus, time of Exodus, where he, delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt. But at the same time, he destroyed them Egyptians, and then also, too, the time of Noah, in the days of Noah, where you had, so many people doing wickedness, and he only delivered Noah and his family. But guess what? The rest of the world were completely destroyed. That's the balance. Well, some get saved, others get destroyed. All right. My house kind of shook up. I don't know if that was an earthquake or, just the family running around and shit. But hey, man, that's just, the house had to chime in on that. All right. So continuing on going. All right. So I brought out 24. Let me see what other, I'm gonna save that one to the last. We're gonna go to the book of 2nd Esdras. All right, I'm gonna save Sirach chapter 2 till last. But it just made me think about 2nd Esdras, man, because we're gonna be in a predicament. All right, and that predicament is gonna be set to try our faith. But it's gonna be that we may cleave unto Yahweh Shai, that he may show us so that he could show us how much he loves us, and he's gonna deliver us. All right, so hold on, let me see. I was trying to find some news dealing with this, but Esau's, trying real hard to hide it. All right, so, either way, it's not going to quench the spirit. So the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 16, And Slovakia. All right, so the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 35. All right, I'm gonna start right there. You know the point is at verse 40. Okay, but I'm gonna start at verse 35, to get the context. And it reads, "Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of YAHWASHI YAHWASHI." All right, because the book of Amos 3, if I'm not mistaken, verse 7. All right, or let me check. Amos 3, 3 and 7. "Surely YAHWASHI YAHWASHI power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets." All right, and hold on, let me check. Okay, yeah, my microphone is on. All right, once to sit down, I had my microphone off. It was just in vain, had to do it again. All right, but anyways, hey man, the secrets revealed unto his servants the prophets, man. All right, and what he's talking about here in 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 35, as well as Amos chapter 3 verse 7, is the words of prophecy. All right, it was given unto us to understand prophecy, to understand the times that we're in, and understand the times that's going to happen. Okay, that's the spirit that YAHWASHI YAHWASHI gave us, through the RAWCHAA QADASH. All right, the spirit of prophecy. Okay, which is the testimony of HaMashiach YAHWASHI. All right, so continuing on, and it reads, verse 36, "Behold, the word of YAHWASHI YAHWASHI, receive it, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake." Okay, we're just dealing with these idols, man. All right, because it's a lot of idols here in Babylon, man. Almost like everything that this kingdom and that you see in the world, that the world, promotes and uplifts, it's all an idol. It all goes back to pagan deities, man. It all goes back to pagan deities, even the streets. How Jake, they mesmerized by the streets. Even that goes back to paganism, man, if you do the research. So verse 37, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack." Okay, now we're getting to the key points over here. All right, because, that's prophecy. Okay, them plagues, that's prophecy, and they're going to come. All right, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, meaning they're going to come in full effect. All right, and it's going to further expound on that right here. Verse 38, "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb." All right, now that's dealing, it's beautiful. All right, how the Lord, had it to where the time of Jacob's trouble, the day of the Lord, when judgment really starts, coming down on the tribes and just on the world, period. All right, that is compared to a woman giving birth, having them birth pains. Because look, man, put it to you like this: when a woman gets pregnant, all right, she receives seed. She has a nine month estimation on when that baby is going to come out. All right, when she's going to give birth, but they don't know the exact day nor hour. All right, they don't know the exact day or hour. So that's how the time of Jacob's trouble is. And that's why, I was looking, through the news, trying to find something, what I'm saying, to base the lesson out of. And Esau's being crafty. He's trying to hide it, hide his hand, so to speak. But it's not going to quench the spirit, because either way, we see through everything, man. All right, we looking at the times and we're measuring the time diligently. Okay, so verse 39, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." You see, that's what's gonna happen, man. Because with that economic collapse, is gonna come with so much pain. All right, and righteously deserved, because YAHWASHI YAHWASHI, look, man, the sins and the wickedness of this world has reached up to the heavens, man. Every week, every month, every other day, you see something that this world does, whether it be these heathens, whether it be the 2/3, and you know, it vexes us. But imagine how the Lord feels, man. You know, just waxing worse and worse. You know, surely the day of vengeance is in his heart. All right. Hey, he's long suffering and great in power. He will not acquit the wicked. Okay, he's also, you know, scripture says slow to anger. You know, so verse 40, continuing on. O my people, hear my words, and this is the key point. Make you ready to battle. All right, this is, you know, I'm gonna read this again. Okay, because this right here is the key point, and this addresses us, man, in its knowledge. All right, so I'm gonna read this again. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to battle. All right, because this is a spiritual war. It's not talking about, you know, picking up guns and, you know, go fight against the so-called white man. No. All right, it's talking about that Ephesians chapter 6, if I'm not mistaken, 10 on down. All right, where we gird ourselves up, but spiritually. Okay, because as the scripture says, by strength shall no man prevail. All right, so it don't matter, you know, how strong you are as far as your resources and your military goes. You know what I'm saying? Your martial strength is, you know, dealing with how much guns, you know, how much experience you have. All right, a famine will destroy that. Okay, you could be Rambo, you know what I'm saying, 7.0. You could have, you know, your body fully conditioned and chiseled up and know all types of martial arts, but you'll get beat by a famine. Heck, the Lord could have it to where you die in a humiliating way. You know, slip on a banana peel. The Lord's comical like that. All right. And it reads, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to battle. All right. So spiritually gird ourselves up. All right. And rely on YAHAWASHI to deliver us. And he will deliver us. And it reads, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the world. All right. So like upon the earth. Okay. And that's the that's the predicament that we're going to be in. All right. Going to be as pilgrims. That's what the scriptures say. You know, think about it like the book of Eli, in a sense. You know, he was going here, he was going there. And everywhere he went, he was getting delivered, man. Yeah, and there's an actual scene where he had bullets bouncing off of him because the Spirit of the Lord was on him, you know. And that's, you know, it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, that's how the Lord could deliver us, man. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. To every peril that we might come into, we just trust and rely on YAHAWASHI, and he'll deliver us, man. All right, scripture says wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of our times. That's why we got to study up and, be fervent in this thing. You know, because, hey, this is the wisdom that's going to deliver us, man. All right, and the more you read, the more you study, the more in tune and the more your signal grows unto YAHAWASHI, the more stronger that connection becomes. Okay, so even though we're going to be as pilgrims, we might, you know, get into a couple little situations. You know, it's all just trials of faith, and it's all to, you know, further perfect us and make us stronger and strengthen that connection between us and YAHAWASHI, because he's going to be delivering us. All right, it might be a thing to where, you know, you may not be eating for, you know, first couple days, maybe a few days. All right, and you may feel like you're going to give up the ghost, but you still, you know, believing on YAHAWASHI. You got that spirit of Job, you know, though he slayed me, I still trust in him. And guess what? Right then and there, you get fed. You know, Lord, hey, the Lord is powerful like that. All things are possible with YAHAWASHI. All right, so, Salakia. So let's go. I'm going to close out with the book of Sirach chapter 2. And it reads, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, and that's what we're faced with. Even now, before, you know, all hell breaks loose, man. You know, we go through situations. All right, we get tried. Even now, here in Babylon, we get tried. Our patience gets tried. You know, that we may, act out according to wisdom. You know, we may, how do I put it, agree with our adversaries quickly, whatever the case may be, man. You know, verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in a time of trouble. All right. So, hey, man, set our hearts aright. How? Through the scriptures, through this knowledge, because the heart goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which means our mind. Okay, so it means set your mind aright. And how do we do that? Through this knowledge. All right, and constantly endure. Okay, because we're going to be, you know, like I said, we're going to be tried out here. And make not haste in a time of trouble. All right, so don't get, you know, lose your cool in time of trouble. That's basically what that means, man. Don't lose your cool and, you know, panic and start making, you know, rash moves, you know, when something happens, because that could be your downfall. All right. You ever played a game of chess when somebody's rushing? Hey, they lose, man. You know, you ever played against a player that's just impatient? You know, they lose. So verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. All right. And that's the key point right there. Okay. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. All right, like I mentioned earlier, you might be in a situation where you don't eat, you know, and hey, you might feel like you're about to give up the ghost, you know, because, you know, being hungry sucks, man. You know, right then and there, the Lord blesses you with food. You may never have to worry about food in the duration of this go around, you know, but he did that as a faith tester. All right. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. All right. And that's, you know, what the lesson hinges on. All right. Being ready for that low estate, you know, bracing for that impact. OK, because real soon, all this comfort is going to be taken away. All right. All that comfort is going to be taken away. You might be a homebody, you know, just be chilling at the house. You know, you don't be out there like that. You know, you don't really know how to camp and things of that nature, you know. But guess what? All that's going to be taken away from you, you know, and it's going to be through the spirit and power of YAHWASHI. You're going to survive. All right. Hey, you might be out there. You might come across a book that teaches you how to make a fire. The Lord is like that, man. OK, step-by-step instruction, how to make fires for dummies, so to speak, you know, just going off that book. You know, but that's just an example. The Lord could have that happen. All right. And it reads, be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You see, because at the end of the day, being changed to a low estate. All right. Not, you know, the comfort being taken away. OK, and this also applies to, you know, what we go through here. You know, the I don't want to call it the lesser trials, you know, but just, you know, the trials we go through, you know, now. All right. That's the gold being tried in the fire. All right. Because that's what happens when we, you know, when things happen to us. And how do I put it to you? You know what I'm saying? When you know, when the Lord tries us through tribulation. All right. Through that fire. OK, it gives us an opportunity to act with wisdom. All right. That's what that does. It gives us an opportunity to sit down, examine ourselves, and plan out our next move with wisdom. QADASH. All right. So it reads, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Hey, what's a furnace without a fire, man? It's going to hurt. It's going to be pain. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But it's only to make you stronger, make you pure. And like I said, strengthen that connection between you and Yahweh YAHWASHI. Our power is the living power, man. All right. He is the living power. Hey, that's why spiritual power is not far-fetched to us. All right. Because when we strengthen that connection, you know, like brothers brought out, the Lord gonna give you the cheat codes, man. You know, he gonna give you he gonna give you the keys to the city, and the city is his creation. Okay. Verse 6, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear YAHWASHI, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye die. It's like, yeah, well, that goes hand in hand with falling, lest ye fall. All right, so hey, we got to be patient. Okay, verse 8, ye that fear YAHWASHI, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. All right, and our reward is the kingdom of heaven, having that crown, being able to rule, being of the ruling class of the kingdom of heaven. Lord willing, we're of the elect. We're of that 144,000. All right, verse 9, ye that fear YAHWASHI, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Okay, and that's let me see, that's basically it on that. This just keeps on going on, but that's it on that part. Ye that fear YAHWASHI, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. All right, and that's an important part right there, hoping for mercy, man. It's really all these three things, but the principal one is mercy. All right, because our righteousness is us filthy rags. We can't be out here proud with our hand out to the Lord like, we deserve this. And no, the Lord could take you out and replace you literally, man. So that's just how it is, man. So I'm gonna read verse 9 again, or matter of fact, I'm gonna read verse 8 down to verse 9. Ye that fear YAHWASHI, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Okay, so we just got to cleave on to YAHWASHI, bracing ourselves with the Lord. All right, he's our rock, like King David said. He's our rock, he's our strong tower. He's our shield and buckler. Verse 9, ye that fear YAHWASHI, hope for good. All right, because in Jacob's trouble, we got to hope for good, man. That good things happen to us. That we be delivered, from our trials and tribulations, because it's only going to magnify. All right, it's only going to magnify. People are going to be out here killing each other, man. Okay, and the Lord's going to deliver us from all that, and for everlasting joy. You see, everlasting joy is talking about the kingdom of heaven. All right, it's going to be everlasting joy then, and it's also going to be in so like it's also in conjunction with the precept, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed, roughly paraphrasing. That it goes in hand with that as well. Because in Jacob's trouble, man, hey, the Lord could have it to where we we being delivered and receiving blessings after our trials and tribulations, that we just rejoice and give praises to YAHWASHI. Because he showed mercy unto us, all right, which is the last one, and mercy, all right. Because look, man, hey, we weren't born, saying shalom and knowing the names and keeping the laws, statutes, commandments. We all have our dirt when we were in the world, even in our past lives. So that's why we put our hand to the plow, we walk the walk, and we make our bodies a living sacrifice, that we may receive His mercy. All right. So with that, hey man, RAWCHAA, this lesson was edifying to the Akim out there. Ever heard this, let it be edifying unto you. All right. It's, for the hopeful elect. All right. With that, I'm gonna say, call halal YAHAWAH ba'ashim YAHWASHI ba'ashim QADASH for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. All right. With that, I'm gonna say shalom unto the next.